Hi guys, it's Kim, and I wanted to do a crystal Q&A, and you guys will ask me these amazing questions, and I'll answer them the best that I can. And so I wanted to make a video with some of these Q&As. I thought it would be a really great way to put some of it together in one place because it gets lost in the news feed and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring up some of these amazing questions. Okay, so first one. Kim, do you have an easy peasy way on how to start making your own crystal grids? Well, actually, yes, I do. I'm going to put that link below. Check it out if you want to learn how to make crystal grids. A real introductory way. Once you learn a basic technique, the sky's the limit, and you can go ahead and do pretty much whatever you feel inclined to do, whatever your intuition says. So check out that video. It gives you the basic foundation for making crystal grids. Okay, number two, what kind of stones help for bipolar disorder? Now, I have to say, anytime you ask me questions regarding health, mental health, physical health, or anything along those lines, I have to say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical practitioner of any kind and whatnot, and that crystals are complementary, healing, or for wellness rather. So make sure you read my disclaimer, and I'll put that below. All right, so you must always see your doctor. Always see your doctor first. But while that being said, crystals that are said or believed to assist with those who have bipolar disorder are, of course, the lepidolite and lithium quartz, because they both have lithium in them. So that would be my recommendation. That is what is commonly practiced in terms of what crystals to use for that. Number three, is there any difference in if the crystal's a cluster, tumbled, a pendant, bracelet, etc.? Is there any difference in the type of energy? Well, I have a whole video about that too, and I'll put that video below, that link below. Basically, I don't think there's a difference in terms of the type of energy. I think the energy is the same, whether it's tumbled in a bracelet, rough, a point, or whatever, in a certain shape. I think that it has the same energy. However, I do feel that when it's in its natural state, that it is stronger and that we also feel it more. All right, because it's very subtle energy to begin with. And so once we start tumbling things and cutting them and whatever, I think that we're kind of losing that connection that if it is a raw piece. And I know for a fact with myself that I typically don't feel the energy of tumbled crystals or jewelry. Most of the time I don't. Occasionally I will find one that just wows me, but for the most part I feel the natural ones. All right, or the natural points, the rough ones. So that's my answer on that one. I think the energy is the same. I just think it's more intense, all right, when it's in its natural state. And they're for different purposes. And go ahead and watch that video because you're going to use a tumbled one or a rough one or a point or whatever for different reasons. There are different reasons that you would want to use them. Okay, so number four, what is your opinion on cleansing your crystals from a candle or sage? Now, some people do use candles. If that works for you, then that's what works for you. Because some of it is about intention. I use sound. You guys know I always talk about sound because sound does something physically to the crystal. I mean, you can actually see it. You can measure it. So I will use sound for that. But I also run my crystals through sage. Sometimes when I get like a whole big batch in, well, not sometimes, always, when I get a whole big batch in, I make a big poof of sage, and I'll have like a little sage like bonfire in my kitchen, and I put all my crystals over it and let the smoke come on up. So I will do that while I'm playing my crystal singing bowl. So I definitely think that that works. But if you want to use what other methods, I have videos about that too, cleansing and retuning your crystals and all the different methods you can use. So I'll put that link below too. But if it works for you, go ahead and do it. What crystal do you recommend for an energy boost? I'm so tired lately. Oh, I know that feeling. Okay. I forgot I had crystals down here to show you. The combination that I use when I'm feeling sluggish is citrine, natural citrine, and carnelian. And these two together are like the Energizer Bunny. So I've done this before, and it's like almost like having 3 cups of coffee, it can be too much energy. So be careful and try it just a little bit at a time to see how it affects you. You know, don't operate any kind of machinery until you know how you're going to react to this combination, because it can be very powerful. Okay, I talk about that in another video too, this combination. Number 6, could you give me a little info about black kyanite? I was wearing a piece, and as much as I liked to have it on, it seemed like I was a little more sensitive. I don't know if I was too grounded, but I felt a little off for a few days. Okay, so here's black kyanite, a black kyanite blade. Okay, and the thing about black kyanite, and when I informed this person that asked the question, it's not only grounding, but it's also one that can be used to cut cords and to clear your aura, or you know, any debris and stuff around your aura. And so you could really be releasing a lot of stuff that could make you feel off. So it's not just grounding, but it's also releasing stuff, cutting stuff, and getting rid of stuff. And so that can make you feel a little off too. So, but that's good stuff. As long as you're feeling better now. Okay, next one. What are the specific correct steps after buying a new crystal to make it your own? Well, there really are there's no, like, you know, 1 through 10 steps of things that you must do. And I think, you know, sometimes with crystals we get too wrapped up in, oh my God, I just got a new crystal, what am I supposed to do with it? And there's just so much talk about that. I have 2 rules of thumb for this one, and it's very, very simple. 1, cleanse it and retune it as soon as you get it, because 10,000 people touched your crystal before you even got it. Okay, so you want to definitely cleanse that baby and retune it really well. And the next thing is to bond with it. I have a video about how to establish a relationship with your crystal. And I know it sounds really silly, but it's true. You know, you want to bond with your crystal. And so cleanse it and get to know your crystal. That's it. The rest is up to you. So it's pretty simple. Let's see, number 8. Can citrine and spirit quartz be cleansed in water? Well, yes, because neither spirit quartz or citrine have iron in them, and iron is Fe. So if you're looking up the chemical composition, it would have an Fe if it had iron in it, and that you would not want to put in water. So spirit quartz and citrine, neither one of them have iron in it, so they'd be okay in the water. Plus, they are both 7 on the most hardness scale, so they're hard enough to withstand a little water bath. Okay? Number 9, when cleansing in a salt bath, what are some good crystals to add into your bath water while relaxing or meditating? Okay, well, it depends on what you're looking to do, but you can use amethyst, you can use rose quartz. What am I looking at here? You can use rose quartz. You can put a piece of salt. If you wanted to put a piece of salt in there, you can do that. Well, you said you're taking a salt bath. Just note that it is going to dissolve. You could put a little piece of blue lace agate in there. You want to preferably use your tumbled stones. Okay, or any kind of agate really would be good. Number 10, let's see. Oh, green aventurine. I forgot about green aventurine. That's a great one to put in your bath water too. It's good for the skin. So what are the best ways to draw love and to help with focus? Well, of course, love. We use the rose quartz for the love stone. Do I have these out? Okay, I have a whole bunch here actually for love. So you have rose quartz, the love stone. Rhodochrosite is a good one. I don't know how these are showing up. A little glare, sorry guys. Green aventurine, another good one. Emerald, okay. Rhodonite is good. Pink tourmaline, awesome for love, working on the heart chakra. And then also unakite. So these are just a few of many that you can use. But these are some of my favorites for working on the heart. Let's see what the next question is. And this is fun. Oh, focus. I forgot to answer the question about focus. Fluorite is what I use anytime I'm looking to focus on something. Um, let's see. What is the best way to use your crystal or stone's energy? I have a lot of different ones, but I'm new to crystals and stones, so how do I use them for the best results? Thanks. This is a great help. You're welcome. Well, it's kind of hard to answer a question like that unless I do like a whole video about it. And that's kind of why I have my channel, is because I'm putting out little bits and pieces of information on how to use your crystals. So a really good thing to do would be to check out my crystal basics playlist that I have. And I have other kind of playlists too, how to make gem waters, crystal grids. You know, I talk about how to use points, so things like that. But basically, the ways you're going to use your crystals are in grids, in gem waters or gem sprays or elixirs. You're going to sleep with them, meditate with them, make a mojo bag, carry it with you, wear it in jewelry. All right, so those are the basic or the most common ways in which we use our crystals. Okay. Oh, also body layouts to put around the body or on the body. Let's see. Next question. What is the best crystal to relieve anxiety, especially panic attacks and migraines? And how do I use them? Well, I always recommend lepidolite. Like I said earlier, lepidolite, lithium quartz, or rose quartz are really wonderful for stress and anxiety, and they really help keep you, calmer. Amethyst is a great one for migraines or headaches. All right, and so in terms of how to use these crystals, how to use them when you're under stress, and I think I have them here. Yeah, these are the ones that I actually have out. So with the amethyst, let's say I have a really bad headache, you have a migraine or something, you could take an amethyst point in particular and have it pointing away from your pain. So if your pain is here, have your point facing out so that the energy, the pain energy goes into the point and out, okay? You don't want to have it coming in, you want to have it going out. So you can use amethyst in that way. If you don't have a point, that's okay. Just put your amethyst around your head somewhere. In terms of for stress or anxiety, you have your rose quartz and your lepidolite or your lithium quartz, okay? And what I do is, I don't use this one because it's too rough, but I have one specifically for this purpose. I have a smaller one, and it's a tumbled lepidolite that I actually keep in my bra. To me, that like works really well. And sometimes I'll do a combination, and if they're small, and I'll do a small rose quartz and a small lepidolite, and I'll put them in there so that nobody knows until I bend over and they fall out. So be careful with that. But that's how I use it. That's honestly how I use it. Or you can meditate, hold it, put it in your pockets, however you want to do it. Wear it as jewelry. You can make jewelry out of it. Like a rose quartz necklace or something like that would be really helpful. Okay, next one. How do I find stones, crystals? Where do I get them? Where do I find them? Well, I always recommend to buy them in person. It's really the best way for you to run your hand over to try to test the energy, to really see the colors, because the colors over the computers look different. So if you're looking at different colors, it might look totally different to you than when you get it. So if you can get them in person, it's probably a lot better. Now, of course, I have crystals that I sell, or I like to say have available for adoption. If you're looking to purchase online or to adopt online, that's okay. I have my monthly videos, not monthly, or every other month I do a showcase when I have videos, and I think you can see them a lot better in the video than you can just in a regular picture, because I show you all the different angles and stuff, and you can see how big it is in my hand, and I think that works really well. Or you can look at the pictures of the crystals that you see online, print them out if you want, lay them out, and use a pendulum to see whether you can figure out, which crystal you should get. And I do have a video on that, what crystal should I get. I'll put that link below. And I talk about using the pendulum and stuff. So where you can get them, definitely try to go in person if you can. Look up on the internet any kind of gem shows that are going to be in your area, or any metaphysical or even Wiccan. You might want to look up Wiccan stores, or spiritual stores in your area that might have them, or sometimes wellness centers and things like that will have them. They're going to be much more expensive in a store, just so you know. They're a ton more expensive in a crystal store than they are at a metaphysical show. So if you were able to go to a gem show, you can definitely get better deals, more variety, and then you have online. So I'll put my link below for my store. Check that out. And let's see. So are there crystals to help with fertility? Again, I do that whole disclaimer thing, but it is said, it is believed that unakite, I don't think I have them out. Well, here I have unakite. That unakite helps with fertility, especially if it's in an egg shape. And also rose quartz. And here's another rose quartz. And moonstone. And I don't have those out. And moonstone. Those are said to help with fertility. And you can, if you have like tumbled ones or whatever, doesn't matter, you can make a little basket and make an affirmation and that kind of thing. Okay. What are the best crystals to have in your home? Is there any bad crystal to not have in your home? Any crystal. But ones that I recommend, salt lamps are a really great one to have, because, you know, and I have a video about how, you know, salt lamps. But here's one behind me. Whoop, salt lamp. Definitely one to have. And I have one in each bedroom, and one in my Zen den, and one in my family room. Selenite is also a good one, and you can get selenite lamps. You can get a lot of lamps. Rose quartz lamps are really nice too. Or you can just have a bowl of rose quartz and put that out. I put crystals sometimes. I don't have one to show you around here, no. I put little tumbled stones or crystals or chips in vases and put them around my house too, and they look so pretty, and I know that they're adding a little bit of energy. So really anything along those lines, but big, you know, amethyst cathedrals are really popular too. Black tourmaline, too, is one to have around your home, and I have it all over my home. I have black tourmaline near my computers, near my microwave, my TV, by the Wi-Fi, and all that kind of stuff. And shungite's another one, too. I don't have my phone here. I'm so unprepared. Shungite, you can get like these little stick-on shungite pieces, and I have shungite on my computer, on all our cell phones and electronics. So that's a good one to have around your space, too. Okay, what is the best crystal to use to open communication between myself, angels, and spirit guides? And I have a video about that, so I won't even answer the questions here. You're mostly talking about lapis lazuli, angel light, celestite, and things like that, kyanite, sodalite, and I'll put the link below for that specific video. Someone told me in order to use aventurine, rose quartz, and carnelian that I needed to use sodalite. My answer to that was that makes no sense to me. That doesn't resonate with me. I don't think you need one other crystal in order to activate another crystal or make a crystal work. But that's just my feeling on that one. All right, so the next question is it true that crystals that end in ITE cannot be used as an elixir or not for ingestion? And I can't really say that that's true or not true, because so many crystals end in ITE. When you start to think about it, yeah, it kind of looks like that, but you can't make a blanket statement like that. You really need to look up each individual crystal to find out which one is safe and which one is not. Link below for Ashley Levy's crystal caution list, because it's a fantastic list. Number 20, I like to hold my labradorite in my hand while I'm sleeping. Is it correct to hold it like that? Or is there a correct hand to hold it in? No, use whatever hand you want. It really depends. I switch back and forth when I'm sleeping for comfort reasons. I do have a receiving hand, which is my left hand. I have a video on that if you want to learn how to figure out which is your receiving hand. How often should I actually be cleansing my crystals? Really, whenever you feel the need to. If you drop it or break it, if there was a lot of negative energy, a lot going on in your space, or a lot of, you know, yelling or sorrow or whatever, you might want to look into cleansing it. If you used it a lot, if you broke it, like I said, things, when you first get it, follow your intuition on that. There's really no right or wrong. When I put my crystals out in the full moon, they are on my porch. Is that okay? The moon isn't actually on them because I live in an apartment and I don't want them stolen. My answer to that is that's okay. They don't need to be in the direct moonlight to receive that energy. When you think about it, that the moonlight is just a reflection, right? So you don't need that. You're talking about just the energy. So you don't need to put it directly in the moonlight. But one thing that you can do, and my little tip and trick, especially if you live like on a second floor or an apartment, whatever, you can put your crystals on the windowsill. So just open up your window, put it inside, and then close your window if it's a cold night or something and you can't have the window open. So usually you have, two. You have a screen or a glass window and then your main window. So put it in between. That way they're protected. And if you want, you can even open up the other window on the outside so that your crystals are getting fresh air. Or if you have a screen, at least you know they're getting some fresh air or something along those lines. I do that a lot too. All right, just be careful if it's raining or something because some of them you don't want to get wet. What crystals should I use since I am an empath? And there's a lot that you can use, and I'll do a whole video about this. But for me, my recommendation is to go with black tourmaline. It is very grounding, but it also transmutes negative energy. So it takes in the negative energies, or not necessarily the negative energies, because just because you're feeling somebody else's emotions doesn't mean it's negative. It's just affecting you. But it will transmute those energies and put out something positive. Right, so that's a good one to use. Or if you want to reflect back, you can use something like black obsidian. And that will reflect back and give the energy back to the sender if you wanted to do that. I don't like to do that myself. I don't like to send back. I'd like to try to transmute it, try to make it more positive and then, send it out to the universe. But there's different things to do with that. And that's it. Those are some fantastic questions. I hope that you found this useful. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. You can put that in the comment below, and I'll use that for another video. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, have a blessed day.